call meeting to order. Can you do roll call?
Yes.
Oh.
Commissioner Lloyd Grayson. Vice Chair Laura Greenwood.
Here.
Commissioner Larry Anson is an excused absence. Commissioner Heather Cross is absent. Commissioner David Kohler.
Here.
Commissioner Sue Springboard is an excused absence. Commissioner Nancy Thorson. Here. Commissioner Sarah Zaraka. Here. Commissioner Artie Alvarez is an excused absence as well.
Adoption of agenda motion.
Second.
Laura seconds, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
It's really nice.
That's not
to
yeah,
do
that's
that.
not
Approval of, let's see, the record is
on Zoom where it all
Aye.
has to go.
approval of minutes, April 28th, motion.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Taken seconds, discussion.
You guys are way too fast.
Slow down.
Okay.
Okay.
Just hit me when I get out of control. I like the two, so. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Now, my question is, we take what he just discussed, show it under.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
what we're gonna do is, we have an option this time to open to the meeting, well, everything that we discussed. Okay with that?
I need any more details. I've made some notes, but I need some specific.
And the city council. Hearing none, new business, music in the park. Not here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about expanding.
And there's one scheduled for June.
That's the big orchestra.
Wait, Rio Grass?
Rio
Rio
Grass.
Rio Grass again? Okay.
So we're gonna table that because,
I think it's good to go from last, she told us last time.
there were some inquiries on possibly adding an additional night.
Yes, that we don't know.
in
She's okay to do
Newfane,
that.
So we'll have to just
Yeah.
ask when she's here.
It might not be the worst thing to just reach out with an email and just ask her and, because I would think if she wants to add an additional band to the summer series, that she can start on it now and not wait till in June. I think we're in June. Will be too late.
Okay.
Because I don't know that, I guess you would have to approve it. We could approve it in June for July, you know what I mean? But she would have to prep that now.
Okay.
I don't think that needs to be a public discussion, if
Right.
she, because I think we're on board to support her if that is something that she's willing to do.
Okay.
And then she just has to give us the thumbs up.
So,
Well, no, the
The
three dates,
three-
this was
the
for like
dates are
official.
added. And I know we talked about maybe additional help for her. Yeah, she's not the enemy.
And I think we should proactively plan to help her in June based on the current situation.
Yeah.
We're not with her
so
family,
I
so-
know Laura and Ingrid have both volunteered as extra help, so they feel that.
24th.
I think the biggest thing that she has to do is just making sure the check for the band is written out and good to go. And then, she's there to kind of open the building. So I think if Heather can't be there, then I think the biggest thing would be making sure the city has the check ready to go for Rio Grass, which Heather would have to communicate what they agreed on for the pay. And then make sure the building's open, or probably use the restroom.
I don't know.
Oh,
we usually get there.
7 to
Yeah.
8:30.
I think if
And then the
you're gonna-
last one is like 6:30.
Yeah. If we're gonna reach out to her, we ask her about food vendors, just to make sure.
Because she had the egg roll truck last year, and then she also had, what's his name, used to do the car show, Chef Sean.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they'll have that kind of.
So,
I think
you
they're
could
on that
approve
list.
extra dates
The
tonight.
ongoing approved vendor list. Is that what you're talking
And
about?
No, like,
And it wouldn't obligate.
Yeah.
and it wouldn't
Yeah.
obligate her to have it.
To pay for the car show.
You could approve the extra dates tonight. Go up to whatever date. It doesn't
Well, that's
obligate.
very dependent on like who the band is, what date they have available too, you know, if
I think Lloyd's just saying,
Saying you
we could
move
approve
forward.
one more
But
concert.
you wouldn't be obligated to do
oh,
it.
like choose the date.
No,
No, we
yeah, I
don't
don't
have to
even
choose the dates.
I think the first thing we'd have to know is, we would need to check the building dates, like that's gotta be first thing, because we don't want to pick a night
Right.
tonight that's one rented and paid for that building, and then be like, surprise, here's
Yeah.
all of North St.
It's
Paul.
subject to the availability.
Can you hear the concerts across the lake?
Oh, yeah.
You're saying we approve up to 3 more dates to be added to the calendar based subject to availability.
Yeah.
And then we've moved on it and we can talk to Heather, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does.
I'm gonna
Is that what
motion
you're
that.
saying?
Okay, I'm gonna motion that.
I would propose then late July, early August, so that you don't run into the,
Yeah.
into summer situation and then meeting time post June.
end of July.
Or early August.
Just say,
I think we don't need to.
You don't even
talk
have the
about
date.
it.
yep,
Just up to 3 more.
Okay.
I see what this is.
Any,
Yeah.
second?
I second it.
Second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Okay,
Alright, cool.
anything else on music?
No, the only thing, and I can talk to Heather about this, is this was the request that came in, it was in the email, it looks like Matt Morrow. They are residents in North St. Paul, so they're interested. So this actually came from Zach Farmer. Oh, Matt Morrow must be the performer we are
Yes,
contracted.
yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
the
this Zach Farm. So I'll
July
just
or August date.
search for that info if she wants to do anything with it.
Okay.
So.
Air Force ROTC.
In our last meeting, Tim Cole indicated that he wanted to put that on the agenda because, he thought that he would have information to present on it, but he's not here tonight, so welcome to the.
Yeah, I got
So
it.
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Ingrid,
Oh my God, I got one. Pickleball.
Yeah.
Laura?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Yeah, are you?
She said this is her
No,
mother.
I'm
Oh,
very happy
okay.
right now. Thank
I'm
you.
very happy.
Thanks, Ingrid. I'll let you know. Yeah, let me know.
Let's table it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll keep working on it. I think I gotta go, come in here and sit down and figure out what the protocol is.
Pickleball side of the.
So
Silver
Lake.
Lake Park, I did create one and that is being printed now. Scott wanted to, rather than having multiple signs up there, he wanted to include all of the information that's on the other signs into one big sign. So this is 36 by 36, one big sign. There's currently, 3 feet by 3 feet. Currently a park fund sign that's up there and that will remain in place. So that just has the information about this park is dedicated. If they want it. And then if they want to donate. So those would be the only 2 signs up there other than. I think there was something. It's a regulatory
Yeah.
sign, so we need to keep that.
So we want to have all these different signs.
Yes,
there.
exactly.
Is it we go with, is the park fund green, are those the colors associated with it versus the
Yes,
NSP blue?
yep.
Okay.
That is the actual sign.
Okay.
So each part of it. Priority pickleball hours, there it is, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Yeah,
No,
did they
it's
say noon or did they say 11? Maybe
They said 11.
They said 11,
11,
okay.
yeah.
good. I think that's reasonable. Great, that was good.
Large,
Well, it is large, but the request for pickleball courts on our tennis court, it's being very popular.
It's like, it's like
It's like
Tennis on a
ping
on a tennis
on a
court.
tennis court, yeah,
Or tennis.
it's super popular.
Especially with the elder.
It's Silver Lake in the morning.
But I've seen some.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
All right.
really popular.
Park improvement update.
Yeah, so I have a lot of information on that, actually, been busy making a lot of progress. One thing that I wanted to talk about and get everyone's feedback on, because this is gonna have to go to the June 15th council meeting. The finance department asked for rough ballpark numbers. So we're still working on getting more finite numbers. Jill's gotten quite a few quotes, but we've had Public Works give us some ballpark numbers, and that was in the packet. The sheet that I have on that is small. If anyone wants to take a look, we can look at that. But what I need to do is have everybody confirm that this is what the priorities are going to be. This is what we had agreed on previously. But if you're looking at this and you're looking at our budget, you can see that not everything that we've identified in year 1 and 2 is going to happen. Especially that Northwood Park, the building, now the Casey Lake building, and these numbers come off of this sheet here. So just for example, the Casey Lake Pavilion, that was over $1 million to do. So we have a ballpark estimate of 500,000 for Northwood is what we're thinking. We don't want it as big as Casey, but when we get a better idea of what we want, we can, get more exact numbers. But with that number being that high, obviously it's going to skew some of these other priorities.
How much was this? How much was this one to renovate? Since there's, I guess my thought when we were saying that is, I thought we were taking the existing structure and giving it like a mandatory facelift, like we did to this one here.
Open air shelter. There's open air, and there's that warming house.
Yeah, the warming house, that's all.
Yeah, now the warming house was deemed that it really wasn't, it needed to be redone. I mean, rebuilt, if in fact, just because
Oh,
it was it's a block building, there's not a lot they can do to
So we're talking
research.
about building. a new structure.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the bathrooms are old and the footprint is too small. And there's a water issue, it's in the low area and the water comes.
And I know, Sarah, that was discussed at a meeting that you missed,
Oh.
unfortunately.
I'm just,
I don't remember that. Is that
Yeah,
a
you were
meeting?
No, it was a few meetings ago,
Oh, okay.
like one of the first meetings when I came on board, February or March.
Okay,
Well-
so it's not an option just to
Well,
update it.
No, we talked about it actually after we visited it.
Right.
With Sue. We went, it was that week we were supposed to kind of meet, or have Ron come down.
Yes.
I guess when we
Yeah.
were prioritizing these, I guess just from my vote on this, I was thinking we were taking a building and it was okay enough to do what they did here, where it's like, you're gonna
Mhm.
put lipstick on it and make it functional. That sounds like I was agreeing to that, not necessarily like, because we lived through the Casey Lake building and that was extremely hard for council to get through. $500,000 is, I think now a soft number
Yeah.
for that, if we're talking about building something from scratch. Because somehow bathrooms cost $175,000, I learned from Casey Lake.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if we, like, I worry a little bit about council saying, we couldn't do that in 1 to 2 years and we still owe on the Casey Lake building. I honestly think that actually should move to when the Casey Lake building is paid off. Well, it was 10 years. Well, but it's already been 4 years. So 6 years. But the question is like, is a priority, I'm sorry to be a broken record, but is a priority to have space for the thousands of people that we moved into the city, or is it space to have an extra building people can pay to rent, or to have a free place for people to go for the thousands of people that are moving into our community? I'm just saying $500,000 can build a pretty substantial park versus a building that we are then going to charge people. Like, it's not a free amenity, the bathrooms are, yes,
Yeah.
but
Well, I do know that that was one of the things in the survey that went out to the area, that was a high priority to the public.
But we are not surveying the people who don't live here yet. And that's what I think as a commission, we have to also be considerate of. We have hundreds of apartments going in with people with dogs and children in those townhomes that are.
Northwood is on that side of the city too. Yeah.
That would service the downtown.
But if I live in this apartment right here, am I walking to Northwood to like,
It's probably the way for me to walk to Northwood, if I'm being honest.
but that,
But
may not
why would
get
I-
privileged.
I think, isn't it the
Like,
closest park to those? Isn't that what we
think
determined?
this
might be? This might be the closest.
How is it-
I may
Yeah,
get an
think this
apartment
part-
that's walkable, like in North St. Paul and not have transportation besides bus or bike. And I just think we can't just assume everyone has. And they can walk here, yes. But again, I just,
Well, being is that we know that we're not going to be doing it within the 1 to 2
Yeah.
timeframe, we can maybe move it out to 2 to 3 for a happy medium here, and then discuss it again when the time comes as far as what we want to do.
I think
So
that
that
would
we
be
can
fair.
keep moving forward.
yeah.
And I think that 500,000 is way high for what we were talking about.
About, are we talking about two different things? One is
Warming house.
replace the, the warming house.
Yeah.
Were we just talking about a facelift on them?
They said they
No,
can't
no,
do it.
can't.
No,
No,
but what are you asking just now?
$500,000 for a new building to replace that building.
And you're saying that's low.
What with Casey was over $1 million, like, and Ron asked me not to quote him on this, because he doesn't know exactly, because I know it's over $1 million, because I think it was one.
I think it was like 1.2.
Yeah.
So half of that.
No, not at
So
all.
half of that would be about this size.
But the bathrooms
So
in
that's what we
Casey
can-
were
okay.
$175,000. I have that stuff in my
Yeah.
address. Because I said, how the hell can those bathrooms cost more than my house? And it's,
So-
I know North would be.
Here's the thing, it will all have to be ADA compliant, and that's where the
Yeah.
costs increase, but if we're moving things out, we can have time,
Yeah.
if we can find, time for writing grants, that's really the direction that we need to go to be able to move some of these big projects forward. We'll have to see where we are at the
I think
time.
that would be, I would feel good with that. The other thing I would say is what worked with Casey is we built the foundation of the park and people came to the park and then needed a place to go. We haven't quite built that for Northwood. Northwood's got a lot of potential, but right now they have a playground that you can't access with a stroller or a wheelchair. And then no walkways in or around the park and then a ball field that, like, that's it. So to me, like to spend that money on a building when we don't have the park quite at the level where people want to come and visit at a time, that to me is also an asset. Like this park, again, we did the playground first, we did this, and then the building was like last, and then people want to rent it because you can use the amenities.
So that makes
So
sense.
this is-
We'll move that out to 2 to 3 years,
Are
and
you okay with that?
Well, and then we'll just be, it sounds like there's some really intentional
Yes,
strategic
it does.
conversation.
Okay, okay, let me
Yeah.
backtrack this a second. This is as it sits, correct?
yes.
And you're looking for,
What I need to do is just know what we're gonna move out to the 2 to 3 timeframe, so that what we give to the finance department for the June 15th meeting can meet within our budget.
once we approve this, we're gonna move forward with it, but we can it's subject to change down the road.
Right,
Okay,
and of course, we're making a recommendation to council. We're certainly not making a decision. Council makes
right.
the ultimate decision. We're making a recommendation.
So if we move back to 2 or 3 years, then Northwood, which really needs our love right now, doesn't get anything until then. So is there a way we can do something, can we move, just what Sarah said, it needs a lot of other stuff as well. Can we add one of those, it's a much lower ticket thing, into this, this early, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Switch it out for the
ADA compliance
$500,000.
perhaps.
You know. Yeah.
Like switch it out for pathways,
Yes,
to create the
to
current
begin,
amenities accessible.
to begin the drop. to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think if you do those walkways and move it up there, like I thought the dog walk, so that's great.
Well, the walkways I know are gonna be really expensive. Because they have to-
Everything is.
We'll have to get, I did get,
But I think that's, I mean, if we don't do that now, then if you're even talking about a building, you're gonna have to do it in,
You're gonna have to do it
so at least
anyway.
now it's like a segmented, and
Yeah.
that is hard. If I had a kid in a stroller, like I literally remember just parking the stroller on the grass and carrying the kid in the like bucket seat because you can't, it was like,
well, the problem that I
Pushing your
have
kid
is that we don't have walkways on here at all right now. And we can't add, we have to go off of what we have and move forward.
Okay.
So, and that's why we can't do walkways, we just can't do it in the 1 to 2 year timeframe.
Nancy, what do you think? Here's my thought on it. the reality is, it's probably not gonna get done in the next year.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
sure.
But if we moved it down to 2 or 3 years, it's still gonna be in a realistic category. Are you okay with that? Okay,
And maybe resurfacing the basketball court, that might be something.
Yeah. Are you
But we
saying you
can't move
can't, we can't add?
yeah,
Yeah,
But we
No.
can get $500,000 approved towards Northwood, and isn't that what you're saying? That we estimated that is what that would cost, and then we say, okay, maybe we can't do that right now because building materials are 8 times what they normally are. So it makes more sense then to allocate some of that money to pathways. But the finance committee still has their numbers, and council still has it in front of them.
Well, what we have in the park funds is, $338,000.
No, I'm not saying spend $500,000 on this like right now. I'm saying you need a rough ballpark of what that number would be, right?
Yeah.
Which you gave us was roughly 500,000. So we can move forward with that number and this plan and say it's subject to change.
Yeah.
And
In
it
the
may
2
or
to
may
3
not,
In the 2 to 3 timeframe.
yep, and it may or may not go to the building. You may go back and say, hey, instead it makes more sense for us to spend $150,000 on the sidewalk, but we can't do that right now.
Right.
Yeah.
When we
Just
get
making
Down the
sure
road,
I'm
we can- we
following
can- Down the road, we can make changes, but to what has to go to finance, because they already have this.
Okay.
It's just that we have to know what it will move down into the 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so
we need a motion.
To prove everything on you, or
We
we gotta talk
gotta
about it?
get this rolling. We need a motion to approve. This is,
To
This
move,
is
no,
what
we
you-
only need a motion to move the Northwood Warming House.
okay,
I'll make the motion to move the Northwood Warming House to the 2-year
okay,
from the 1 to 2.
second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. All opposed. Now, this is in stone though, right? For now. The whole,
For this year. And
Okay.
then what finance told me is that we can change this, like we can get more detailed on what we want and give them a plan next year of where we're at.
so where are we at with the park? With the park commission and the obligation with the park plan right now? Are we good for this year?
Well, what else do we have to do?
Yeah, what else do we have to do other than wait for city council to approve it and start picking which ones we're gonna do?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've done our obligation at this point,
great.
Except for the pictures.
except for the
Oh, yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
except for the
And I'm
pictures.
working
One
on,
question, because I know. But like we did discuss like a downtown park or some structure using like some available lands, and that's like not on here anymore. I thought it was in here.
yeah, they wanted to, that was,
Oh,
it's on there
thank you.
in the 2 to 3, right?
Yeah, we're good. She just wanted to make sure
Good.
it's on there.
Just want to make sure before we
Yeah.
set things in stone that it's on.
All right,
Good.
Right.
you good on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I needed on that. So as far as more information on park improvement plan, I wanted to share these brochures with you that I received in the mail. I marked a couple of really cool things in here. This is a Gaga kit, if you will. So I could get a price on something like this, which seems like this would be a lot less expensive than anything else we've talked about as far as paving courts and whatnot.
Yep.
If they can do something like that. And then these other 2 brochures are for water fountains and then structure. I don't think we would use this because we have contacts that actually do our construction for the buildings and whatnot. But sharing that. That's all.
Are you, when you go to the gas station, are you getting price on the gas station?
No, you know what? We'll have to do some serious thinking about that gas station. And Sarah, you might want to know this.
There's, there's tanks underneath there.
So, and
In
we'll,
that gas station.
yeah, we'll talk
I didn't
about
drive
that.
past it, because I still can't visualize what that site is.
We'll talk about that when we're gonna start planning that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was brought up that they're on a regular basis checking that soil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it
so
may not be
feasible.
feasible.
Yeah.
I still like Laura's idea of actually midnight projection probably for a splash pad would actually be able to hold the area, but that's probably.
And that's 2 to 3, so
Yeah,
we won't even
yeah,
go
yeah.
down that order yet.
All right,
Okay.
sign,
And then
sign.
Jill,
Oh, I'll take, still on the park?
yeah.
Okay.
Jill was busy, so just bringing to your attention in the agenda packet that I sent out, I did include this parks from our comprehensive plan. So I know you guys have looked at this, but I was asked to bring it to everyone's attention because the whole vision of this, that all of the commissions are to work together to meet the goals of what's in that comprehensive plan. So we want to make sure that our goals.
She-
Okay,
Yeah.
so we want to make sure our goals are aligned with what's in the comprehensive plan. Okay, so please take a minute to review that again.
Where is that?
That's in the.
In the packet you sent.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's,
all right.
it's the chapter 10 parks, which is from the 2040. Plan.
Yeah.
And then Jill has been busy looking at various splash parks, and she's gotten quotes of what other cities have done, or not quotes, but she's got pricing of what other cities have spent, and it ranges anywhere from 100,000 to $1 million. So,
Yeah.
depending on what we want, you know,
I'm curious about the maintenance on that too.
that'll be a topic for discussion in a couple of years. So that, everything that she found is included in that packet. And then she had contacted someone on a hockey rink. So we got some pricing on there. I have to have Public Works take a look at what we have. They had done some pricing as well, and there's a big difference between what they found and what Jill found. So we just want to make sure that if we do make a purchase, that we're purchasing something of quality and that, you know, it makes sense for what we're doing. And she also found a resource close by for signs in the park. And we're getting pricing on that, so I can foresee us moving forward with signs in the very near future. The only thing with that is that we need to make sure that they are, I wouldn't say similar to what we already have, but I think at this point, we need to just take it to council and say, this is what we,
Yeah.
what we found at this price, because otherwise we just keep spinning our wheels.
Right.
Well, we don't want it to look anything like that.
Right.
We want it to be
And-
the opposite of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure the most recent sign must be at least 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
At least, at least.
Okay.
Like a
So-
lot of
Yeah.
them are that, I feel like it's right over there. It's
Yeah.
the wood, it
Yeah.
says City of
Yeah.
Monroe St. Paul, and it's like the wood. And we're, I think our vision is like the nice, the ones that align with the city imagery that has been done, like similar to the pickleball court and the other signs, welcome to North St. Paul.
Yeah.
Like that's the line that we're going.
Okay, perfect. So yeah,
And I
sure.
can move forward.
I mean, these look really nice. I'm sure that there'll be no problem.
Can I
getting
move
that.
forward then to Joe Miller once we get these approved?
Yeah, so Joe Miller
No.
sign could be something very similar. We'll move forward on
Let
it.
me know
And
when
the
those
good thing is the pricing is very affordable. I was extremely surprised with the numbers that they came in at. Let's see. $1,750 without that grill, which they're referring to this, so $1,700 as opposed to, I think, a minimum of $6,000 is what I can see before. So,
Are we
yeah,
married to that color?
pardon me. There are color options. I thought I heard Scott wanting green to match what our benches and everything else are, but I don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure. But there are color options, and the price may be depending on color options as well. So,
But that's something that when Jill's doing her pricing, we talk about it at our next meeting, we'll be able to look at.
yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
And forgive me if I missed this meeting, but the work that had been done on that, because I remember we actually did make a motion to approve it, that's the one, right?
Right.
Because I remember the biggest part of that was that we wanted the sign to be double sided, like so that you could read it from both sides.
Yep.
That's just all.
Yeah.
And then they were really expensive.
They were really nice. though. Remember we all liked that.
A lot of things in my brain.
Once we get the signs. With, you know, I'll get all of it. Joe Miller, working with the group, they want to talk about putting the plan aside, but they're together. Like this, but then having it
Sounds good. I just want to make sure, I think the city's done a really good job of, like going with an image and a color scheme and all of those things. And I want to make sure that the park signs tie into all of that work as
Absolutely.
well.
Yep, and I know that is Scott's goal as well. So
There was
maybe
5 ladies unloading across in the public parking lot across their bikes. And I thought, oh, I wonder if they realize it's where we park over there. So there were people.
Yeah.
Biking.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were telling their house and they were biking and they were going to New York.
Okay, well, that's awesome that there are affordable options.
Yes.
And then it's something we'll be able to move on to. I think all of us will be happy to move on.
Yeah, so one of the requirements that you guys had previously decided on was double-sided, though, that's something that we should be.
Yes, I think that's pretty important. too.
Okay, so we'll make sure.
It was on all the signs.
Yes.
I don't remember talking about that, but it's.
Okay.
I was on the way.
Yeah.
Does that include signs in the park?
I'm sorry.
It's just that we just did signs in the park too.
Yeah. that's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Okay. Anything else on that one?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Upcoming events. Music in the park.
We're gonna have a food truck night this year. Is that correct?
I don't think we can with COVID yet. I think the restrictions for restaurants and outdoor dining are still.
So someone has to say that.
Mike Lynch, where's he at? Still,
Yeah.
yeah, he's still doing this. Okay.
But they are planning on having the car show in July, so I wonder if that's something we can look at. Maybe not now, we can't do the food truck night, but maybe in July.
Yeah.
And I think that's the like golden time where they're hoping 70%. It's that governor's second date.
Okay,
That I think.
so do you want to revisit it in the end of June and see how things
I
are
think
going?
we
I think it's a very popular event.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just
Go to that? It's here.
We may
Did you
be,
like it? I love that. It's a great-
we may be too late on the organization part of it, but I think it's worth
Yeah.
talking about. It takes some legwork to get all the vendors there with their schedules
Oh.
and make sure that they can, but it's definitely worth talking about, seeing if
Okay.
we can pull it off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll put it on next month's agenda.
And did we use only vendors that were already approved through the car show? Is that?
No, because my neighbor was
Oh.
there and he
Okay.
doesn't go to the car show. So I think we had to-
They still have to get the nursing. home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramsey County certification, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Any other events?
I wanted to bring up one,
Okay.
the trick or treat trail. The last time we had talked, we thought it was probably gonna be a go. Something I want to bring up that I've been thinking about more is since small children are most likely not going to be fully vaccinated by the time in October that we'd be doing this, like mid-October, doesn't really seem like a wise idea because this is an event for small kids. So, not knowing that yet, I think it's probably just safe to wait another year, before we do any big park events full of small children until they at least have the ability to get. Because I don't think by October we'll be able to get people to wear masks, even outside, even though it's safe. I don't want to put people at risk and then be
I have
responsible.
a thought on that. Could you incorporate your idea with the candy bags?
I was thinking that exact.
And then
Yeah.
have the kids dress up, just to give them something fun to do. They
Yeah.
can stand outside with, their costumes, and then, we can't do that because we would have to know exactly what time the candy would
Yeah.
be delivered, so.
I thought maybe there'd be a way to, I was thinking of this too, maybe there's a way to play on that fundraiser,
That's
egg,
what I was
like
thinking.
hide an egg,
Yeah.
things like for trick or treating.
Like the pumpkins,
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
$1 pumpkins that are,
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Maybe
let's think on
candy
this. I don't
bag.
have an answer yet, but,
I was thinking something like that where you like put it in their yard where
Yeah.
somebody can send somebody.
I think that'd be
Something.
great if we can, I also think if there's a way to do it to spend, to fundraise for like Silver Lake, knowing that we're not doing
Yeah.
splash or something like that, like we could, like, I just.
I've been toying with the medallion hunt for a while and I wanted to do it last year, but it didn't make sense with COVID, but something kind of like the winter
Yeah, I
carnival, but during the fall.
You need a blanket?
No, I-
I've got several in my car.
Let me mull this over. I think everyone takes this home and think about it. Your
Yeah.
homework is go home and think about how we can do a Halloween event that is COVID friendly, but like maybe
At people's houses. or-
what Mario, what we saw was there was some like high school group in Lakeville that was doing a fundraiser for their national whatever. And what they did is they said, we'll go and hide eggs for you the night before Easter. And you pay us like $10 for 30 eggs and 40, and then we went up to like $50. And then they had a group of volunteers that was peanut-free candy and then went and hid it around your house so that you as a parent didn't have to do anything. And like you woke up, your kids were like, oh, the bunny came, go find some eggs. And I was like, that's genius. If they were up here, I'd have thrown $20 at that problem.
Yes.
But I was thinking, because we have an issue trying to fundraise money for lifeguards on this Silver Lake Beach, that would be a great way for us to fundraise, but also maybe not have the massive humanity that happens at some of these events at Casey Lake Park, which are fun, but also COVID times not.
The money doesn't get resting.
The other thing I was thinking is some sort of like little kid friendly, like spooky trail in Southwood. I don't know if you can make that COVID friendly, but like with the light or it's not pitch black, but it could be some sort of.
You could make it COVID friendly by just limiting the
How many
entrance.
people,
How
like,
many people are
come
in the trail at the time?
Similar to the one that we used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a fun way to transition this. I do feel like A, Casey Lake gets the big events, but B, like it would be nice to make it a different look. And also,
Yeah, you have to make a trail and then turn it into this.
And there's a. so- There's a pretty clear trail that goes.
register.
So and give them a time.
Yeah.
So mull over some sort of Halloween event.
Nicole, you were mentioning a medallion hunt. Can you think of that?
Yes, I've wanted to do that for a while. And maybe it'd be, I don't know if we highlight, if we do like one a year or like 1 week or something, depending on how hard we want it to be. But we hide it in one of the parks. We put out the clues weekly through social media. If people find it, they have some sort of something, some sort of special prize. But I thought it'd be a good way for us to be strategic if we wanted to hide it in Northwood, then we get a bunch of people at Northwood, exploring different parks that they have there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'll bring that up again at the next meeting after I've done some thinking.
Okay. Is geocaching still a thing?
Yes,
Could
it
you
is.
tie it in with some geocaching?
We could. I wonder if there are geocaches in Southwood too, and probably around Casey. But yeah, we could do something like that for sure.
Or something else going on. Oh, those people pulling up and going in their woods.
Could
Trying to be
it be a
optimistic
Pokemon
about
thing?
it. No, right on Ariel. The
Yeah.
woods right there. So who knows? Could be a little,
Okay.
little bit of the week.
Any other events? Any other reports from the staff?
The only thing that I thought to bring up is that the council approved another commission, the Arts and Culture Commission, focused on bringing art events like Art in the Park, vendors to the car show, incorporating some culture and maybe murals and stuff as the city is rebuilding, or not rebuilding, it's building up. Yep. So I wanted to make sure that everybody watching this knows about it, but also that people on this commission know and can spread the word. And the application is on the city website.
Years ago, they did something at Fair. They were drawing up the streets.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
art on the
yeah,
street, yeah.
yeah.
that was on-
That was fun.
Everybody and their grandma wants that crackmobile back, so. if
Oh,
you
no.
do Something with the crackmobile. Yep.
Oh,
And
You're
yeah,
bringing it back to life.
and I think it's still alive. I think it's hidden somewhere. It's parked somewhere.
Yeah.
We used it for the egg hunt.
Yes.
We used
Yeah.
it for the egg hunt every year.
It
It actually had all the eggs in it.
Yeah.
So
Probably
we're gonna do an egg
still
hunt. It's probably hiding. in
Yeah,
it.
that was very popular and affordable and just.
Yeah.
It was just great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else from the, anything else anybody want to add from their parks? Tim's not here. That, city council meeting slash. All right. Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a motion? Second.
I just have one thing, did we decide, do we want to decide where we're gonna meet
Oh,
for our meeting? Can we go back?
yes. Let's
Sorry.
reverse.
Maybe I should.
No, that's fine.
I was saying that when I got.
We're gonna go to Casey.
We're gonna go in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You wanna go back to North?
Should we go to Northwood so we can do that?
I say we give it, if we push that building off for another year, I think we've got. I'm down to, but we did go there last summer too.
Yeah, we did.
So.
Where have we been in a while?
Silver Lake, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple years since Silver Lake, but.
What about
Southwood.
Let's go to Southwood. It's a place-
Didn't we?
There's
figure out
You have to go in on the
Yeah.
hallway. and stuff there.
There's no tables or.
Well, let's see what's on our 1 to 3. We can bring camp chairs. Housing, Colby Hills. We did that last year too. Country Club. Let's do that.
That's
lot.
That's
Yeah.
just-
I
Town,
don't
yeah,
have
we
a
did
really
town.
hard time taking meetings minutes if we're not at a table. So
Yeah.
I will put it at a table, not that I.
We have a, can they have
We
a,
also can have public works drop them.
drop the table off?
Rotary, well,
Does that work?
I think we could go back to Northwood. I mean, there's obviously.
Yeah.
Conversation. I think we should go, well, never mind.
So
What about
that'll be
you talking about
July.
McKnight? I thought we were talking about.
Let's go to McKnight.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to
Let's
McKnight.
Is there anything to?
However, there's softball going on.
Well, no, we can bring some chairs and sit in the tennis.
And we'll
courts.
all
When
wear
do you want
football
McKnight?
What?
So we don't want Northwood?
Well, I didn't say no to that. We got 3 months.
Okay, so what do we want in July?
I think McKnight, that's the one that we keep going back. to.
Yeah.
I do need a table, so we'll have to pick a part with the table, because otherwise public works, we never pay by the
I have a
hour.
board
I
table.
can bring a
Yeah.
card table for you.
I have a
I have
table.
10 of them, so I'll bring you a table.
Okay,
What about chairs? Bring your own chair.
bring your own chairs.
Chair.
Yep, and if it's raining, we're back at City Hall.
Oh my gosh. I could sit in all, we haven't been there. Seems like a long time.
Okay, so Casey in June,
McKnight in July,
Northwood in August?
Northwood in August. Okay, September we don't do because it's too dark.
Okay.
Thankful.
Yes, Nancy.
Yeah.
All right, so now adjournment. Sarah,
Make a motion to adjourn.
Ingrid seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That's it. Sorry.
thank you.
What was it, Mario?
Mario.
Mario?
Mario Mitchell.
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
So my wife and I got married.
Oh,
It's Spanish.
Right.
Let's find out how many we're supposed to have.
Yeah. Yeah. We changed the
Are we
name
at
and-
our full complement?
I didn't say.
I can find out.
Oh.
I think we're at our full complement. Because we got 9. I don't think we go to 10, because 10 would tie a vote.
So why not Silver Lake Splash?
Well,
Well, volunteer.
because.
Yeah, I had the truck pond there, remember?
That's.
You're familiar, right?
Yeah.
I used to-
Yeah,
Becca.
Becca,
Oh,
yeah, Becca, so Becca took over from me, and was, kind of the main person in charge then, last, or 2 years ago. And then last year we couldn't have because of COVID, and then this year, no, last because.
Right.
So, when they're not there, and
No,
then, because of like
Yeah.
budgetary stuff. And then, so I want this to have to come back, but, we don't really have a committee right now. Plus, it's hard to plan an event when you know you're not gonna have any lifeguards,
Right.
really. So I'm hoping that
Yeah,
by
yeah.
2022, it'll go back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely was looking familiar.
Yes, Yeah, yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
What was, okay, it was you,
But that's-
and then it was,
Special
Diagnostic.
and
Yeah, she went to go.
there's another young
Tiffany.
mom. I think her husband actually was on fire.
I'll say
Basically
some-
raised
Oh,
her.
yeah, Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yep, yep, her husband is
Mark
on
Tiffany.
that. Pardon?
Mark Tiffany.
No,
Right, one of those
Tiffany
little
was her
dogs.
first name
Oh,
and her last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Last
remember.
year's.
But yeah, her husband was a fireman.
Yeah,
But I can't, I just honestly can't think of his name right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was
Well, I'm glad you
fun.
came by. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to get some feedback
As we
on
get
that.
used to us, we'll just come looking for you when you need a member someday.
Yeah.
Like I was just, I just was in the Zoom for
The planning commission.
planning commission. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. So what do you do? for the city?
Planning and zoning. I'm an administrative assistant for 3 commissions.
Okay,
And I also am coordinating all of the ball fields this year.
Wow.
so what don't you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Sounds
busy.
like a lot.
Yeah. But I kind of took, my position, the position that I filled was Paige's position. But being is that there were 3 other positions eliminated, I assumed a lot of those responsibilities as well.
Wow.
So yeah, there's never a dull moment.
I bet.
But I get paid hourly, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Mario.
meet you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks for the input.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
An adult beverage if you want. I have a potpourri
It's
of
not a
things.
trick.
yeah,
So
don't,
I got a line of poodles, a truly, and a Coors Light.
there you
Wow,
go.
look at you.
Nice. Anybody, we used to, when we had these park meetings, after they were over, when we drink and like sit out.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
Yeah.
It was nice and warm.
I was about to comment on the massive.
Thank you, Ingrid. That
really
Oh, you're
helps.
welcome.
Anyone else's
Yeah,
comments?
starting to get kind of cold.
Oh,
All right,
no,
I'll,
I thought you'd be like that.
I know what.
I asked her to say, no,
I
I'm
gotta
fine.
put a coat in
I
my
think I did the
car.
best I could with the sun and stuff.
Yeah.
See how the pictures turn out. I got houses sent to you. Then I'll, work on the, well, tomorrow I'm not gonna do anything because it's gonna be raining.
Yeah, I'll do pictures probably.
Maybe Friday I'll get a few done. Oh, but we gotta, I gotta keep track.
Well, I still have a lot of.
I know. Well, before it was like.
Yeah.
that, So I'm
What else
like,
do you help with?
I'm like a month on this, but now
You
I'm
good?
not
Okay,
everywhere.
I'll probably do pictures on Friday or Saturday,
that's fine.
because tomorrow.
So whenever I'm-
Oh, yeah, I gotta remember to
Just
do
let
that.
me know. I don't need all the pictures. I just need the, if you don't see that it's done and then.
Yeah.
I grew up in Oklahoma at our tap water, and we like filtered quite a bit, so like, being able to drink from the tap here, it's like
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good.
great.
Can you, get a card? What-
It was lovely meeting you.
never
We
did
ended
it
up
for
doing, like,
Heather?
group activities
Let
with
me
people
know and
around the
I'll-
park, like, please
Well,
do.
Get some flowers.
I run the Katie's
at the
Facebook,
appropriate
totally,
time. Thank you.
on, Facebook, so you could always message me there.
Oh, we were gonna look at that.
Yeah,
um,
we,
tennis court.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Oh,
Yeah, let's do that.
You can get like, I can get, I'm off the area, I'm on Flanders, like closer to Target, like right the road before you turn on 11. But we walk up to the park all the time and, so they used to group up there and like, they didn't charge it free, like community service thing, but I was thinking recently, like, I've been to a gym.
No, I'm fine.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I've
sure, if
been
you're
working
willing.
out
Bring
at
a
home
couple?
doing, like,
Yeah,
beach
sounds
body,
great, sounds
like,
great.
And I'm sick of it.
She's
yeah,
drinking
sure.
Trulies
Have
or,
Oh, I
yeah,
was gonna
you
go
also
home and
can,
get some.
you also can
I was
have,
gonna be here.
Yeah, don't get some
Are
now.
you sure?
yes,
Come on,
Well,
this is,
thank you.
this is how.
this is
socialized
what we normally did, yeah.
Okay.
Is that your
Well, am
backyard?
I drinking your last Coors then?
No, these, Sarah brought these for me, so drink your Coors.
Oh,
Okay.
And we'll bring some for her next time.
Well, now that I know,
Yes,
That's your
well, we
house.
haven't, we haven't done this in a while.
So the garage door opens up to.
This is what we would do when we have the meetings outside.
fun.
Yeah, but, you know, so it's,
I
so.
swear,
Yeah.
I'm like being seriously, I like wanna do, like I wanna join like something that's, I'm not ready to go back to the Y and run on a treadmill with a face mask, like it just doesn't
Right.
interest me right now. So I've been doing beach body for like a year, but I'm sick of the same
All the stuff.
workouts.
Yes.
Cause it's been over a year and I lost a lot of weight, like it worked out, but now I wanna do something that's a little more challenging. Help yourself.
We'll pay you back
So I'm
next
gonna
time.
run home because I only live right behind Power. So what are you drinking?
I have a Truly.
Okay, we've got Truly.
You live
Come on
behind
up.
Coward?
Yeah.
I live on the corner of South and Margaret. My house has red doors. I'm right across from, I just put a playground in my front yard and a bunch of wood chips.
Margaret,
you gotta-
okay.
So
So what
there's-
corner are you on?
The,
But no.
Northwest?
I'm bad at the direction part, but if you're sitting facing Cowan,
Yes.
south is
the
here,
thing with,
Margaret's
like,
here.
Yeah.
I'm the house on the left, the first house on that left.
Yes, we are, our backyard
I had
backs up
something in
to
college,
the
like-
ball field.
Cause.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're-
wow, we
we
live
had a lot of,
crazy
like,
close to each
mud
other.
and stuff.
You're on my
well,
walking
I
route.
was gonna say, I'll go there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go
Something
home
in,
and
but-
grab a couple beers and
Okay.
a Trulies and
Yeah.
I will be back.
Sounds
in
good, we'll be here.
flash.
Yeah, we're just, new friends, old friends.
Yeah, it's been a
Cheers.
long time. Cheers.
I know it has. Well, I was telling my friend, I'm like, it's been 1.5 years since we actually met in person.
Yeah.
Those and the Zoom calls were for you.
Oh.
I can't imagine, like,
Terrible.
some Zoom things are good, like
Do you
some
need
things I'm
help
like, I'm really.
hauling stuff to your car? Where's your
Well,
car?
I made it, it's the white Honda.
Let us
I
help
made
you.
it over
Yeah.
here, so.
Let us help you.
Well, Mario's
makes the
here. I
dream
don't
work.
have a problem putting Mario to work. Ooh. You walk sometimes then? Oh, no.
Up that hill on South,
Yeah.
then around Northwood, and then I go up to Maplewood, middle,
Yeah,
come back down on Margaret.
that's my same route. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. No, I haven't been walking in a while, but yeah, that's my route. No, we're on Burke. So when you take a left and there's that horseshoe that goes down, it's Burke and Belmont. Yeah, we're right, like I said, our backyard. That's right up to town. Well, we'll see if my on my phone, but it is what it is. I told, they asked me to do it, yeah. I was asked to do it. Let me try. Thank you. All right, I will be back in a flash with the good stuff. Here are your two phones. I don't know where you want.